A masked magician appeared on BGT this week.
David Blaine lights himself on fire.
And did you know you can compete in the Olympics of Magic from your own home?
All that and more on this week of Talkin' Shop. Hey.
What's going on, y'all? I'm David.
And I'm Chris, and welcome back to Talkin' Shop.
Your one-stop shop for the latest in magic news.
Brand new tricks hitting the scene.
And those sneaky little gems that you might have forgotten about.
We dig them up so you don't have to.
So let's get into it right now with what's happening this week in magic.
Woo!
This week, an anonymous magician known simply as the Hacker took the Britain's Got Talent stage with an unprecedented performance. In a bold move, the Hacker switched places with Simon Cowell. Simon became the performer, and the Hacker became the judge. This was a role reversal nobody saw coming. But then came the mind game. The Hacker thought of a word, and Simon guessed it correctly. It was melon. Now, either way, that's some serious mentalism or a masterclass in influence from the Hacker. Next, a deepfake video of Simon guided the entire audience to think of an object, and Simon read the minds of everybody in the audience. So now on stage we have real Simon, an AI Simon, and an anonymous magician pulling the strings all on stage together. This is starting to feel a lot more like an episode of Black Mirror than a talent show. And then for the final twist, the Hacker hit the golden buzzer for Simon's performance, but if you think about it, also his own. It's a moment of chaos that nobody saw coming, and maybe it was kind of genius. But now fans are in full detective mode. Who is the Hacker? Is it Jack Rhodes, or is it Mark Spellman's sequel to Magician X, or somebody new entirely? Whoever he is, he fooled the judges, the audience, and probably MI6. We'll keep you posted the second the mask comes off and we know who he is. Now let's kick it on over to Chris with our next story.
This July, FISM is finally back, and this time around, it's much more Italian. Many talented magicians will be competing for the gold live in Italy, and we wish all of the competitors many broken legs and many broken threads. FISM competitors have always been curated through a lengthy and expensive process, so competing live isn't as accessible to everybody. Luckily, this year, an online magic category was added to the competition, and this means you were able to submit a short video, which gives you a chance to be a virtual FISM competitor, entirely from the comfort of your own home. For few, there was some criticisms of where the direction of the category is taking, but we think this is going to further validate magic in online media. The best part about this is that the submissions are entirely publicly available. This Instagram page, Online World Magic Championship, has uploaded every single submission so far, and currently there are about 70 acts, with more being added every day. This week we were absolutely mind blown by a submission that has done rounds around the social media. A friend of the show, Dennis Kim, has made an act that is extremely hard to follow. He takes a full advantage of the virtual aspect of the whole thing and simply shows us how to do it. So let's watch this one together.
What you're about to see is how I see it too. Got milk? Because I do. You can't fool a mirror, but a mirror
Okay, so we got
can
some
fool
milk.
you. Magic challenges how we perceive our surroundings, so in a sense, doesn't have to make it.
Nice.
See?
Doubled up via
2
Twilight
glasses
Angels.
of milk. And it's real milk. Both of them. But I don't need 2
Again,
glasses of
thirsty
milk.
just looking at it.
In fact, nobody does.
Boom.
But cereal with milk
So good.
makes a lot more sense.
That's my breakfast
You
this
know-
morning, I think.
Dennis and Edna sinned. What does that mean?
Now this part,
Oh.
this part gets me.
But it is
And
a palindrome,
then,
which is kind of neat.
so good.
And I don't need 2 glasses, but I have them.
Just
I have been
a
using a mirror
masterclass
this
in
entire
playing with
time.
your perspective.
It's just been
so
hiding
good.
in plain sight. Perhaps. Right in front of us.
Guess what? It's a mirror. You're not even looking at him. You're looking at a mirror.
See, you can't fool a mirror, but a mirror can fool you.
And that final kicker, this one, ooh, this is the one. Tables and carpet. So good.
And what you just saw.
So I would hate to pick favorites, but I'm going to anyway. This is absolutely incredible, and it's the best thing I've seen so far on the page. So please show Dennis some love on his Instagram page, because this is such a fun and creative routine. There's about 2 weeks left to submit your act, so if you're interested, check out the Instagram page and possibly become a FISM superstar. Now I'm going to kick it back over to David Newell for the rest of the story.
In other news, David Blaine, magician and endurance artist, and the only man alive who thinks, what if I kissed a cobra? On camera, is back with a brand new show on National Geographic, David Blaine Do Not Attempt, which is coincidentally also what doctors say every time he walks into a hospital on one of his specials. But in this 6-part series, Blaine travels the globe meeting people who do insane things. They eat nails, walk on lava, and light themselves on fire. Naturally, Blaine watches and then does it himself. At one point, he's covered in live scorpions. At another, he kisses a king cobra. Meanwhile, I gave myself rope burn while practicing the professor's nightmare. But here's the twist of the whole thing. Blaine isn't stone-faced this time. He's laughing, reacting, and screaming alongside everybody else. This is the most expressive we've seen him since Harrison Ford told him to get the out of his house, if you know what I mean. But why does David do it all? In his own words, he says, if you have the opportunity to do something crazy, why wouldn't you? From This Week in Magic, I'm David Newell. I hope you're enjoying the video so far, but don't go anywhere just yet. We are just getting to the good stuff.
And while you're here, do us a favor and hit that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button, or, do it softly. It's dealer's choice.
Subscribe too. It costs $0 and it makes us feel important.
No, seriously, every time somebody subscribes, Chris does a little happy dance.
It's true. You can't see it, but I'm doing it right now.
No, that's not it. Come on, man. Give us a taste.
All right.
All right, there we go. Let's get back to the magic.
Hey, not bad.
This week, we are talking about the brand new call box playing cards designed by Anna Lakuska and Drew Hughes. This is a brand new deck of cards themed after the police call boxes of the early 1900s and a certain timey-wimey sci-fi series. You know the one. Bigger on the inside? Ring a bell? But speaking of bigger on the inside, one of my favorite parts is the inside of this box. It looks so good with the plaid printing. Just one of those little features I absolutely love. But the deck is printed with our signature crushed stock and our Ultra Luxe finish for a handling that's smooth enough to feel out of this world for magicians and cardists alike. The back designs feature a classic call box surrounded by Art Deco style architecture, and the faces include subtle references to the series that inspired it. Honestly, this is a beautiful deck of cards, and these days, while custom decks are a lot more common, they're popping up everywhere. I'd actually take this one to the bar with me for casual performances. Now, only 1,000 of these decks were printed, so if you're even remotely interested, it's best not to wait until the timeline resets. I'd get these now. And for all the collectors out there, each one is individually numbered, so you can be sure that your deck is one of a kind. Now that we've seen something new this week, let's take a look back at something you might have missed from the past.
Hey, it's Deep Cuts again, and we are back to highlight a download that is likely underneath your radar. Every week we shine a light at the bottom of the iceberg, and we find a trick that you might not know about. So this week is an insane gum trick that is not only visual, but highly practical. We're talking about Gum Prank by Rahmat, or Gum Pank rather. It's not much of a prank, it's more of a great trick, and for years I have thought of this one as a hidden gem in gum magic. So let me show you what it looks like. So, got some gum, right? Take the gum, stretch it out, make it turn into some wonderful gum that's packaged up. It's amazing. How does he do it? We don't know. This one sticks out to me, for its ease in construction and its clever yet simple method. I think this one would be perfect for most casual situations where magic may not be expected, but certainly invited. It does require some DIY, like many of our downloads. However, it's an extremely simple gimmick that takes about 5 minutes to set up once. The visual change after the gum is stretched is very convincing and also mess-free. The download is inexpensive and worth the cost of this visual and casual miracle. So show Addie some love and check out Gum Pank. Now let's see how things look from the front row with David Newell.
This week on From the Front Row, we are going to be talking about the Bill Abbott Penguin Live lecture. And this lecture is absolutely packed with the kind of material that you actually want to be doing, and I'm not kidding. Every single routine in the lecture feels like something that I could see myself performing on stage, close up, or just in a casual EDC setting. And these are not pipe dream effects. These are things that Bill performs and has for years, and that really shows. Everything he teaches is polished, practical, and deeply, deeply funny. And you can tell he really cares about the material. It's not just clever, it's well crafted. Whether you're doing a walk around stage show or a party in somebody's living room, Bill gives you the kind of material that kills in the best way. Now, if you're looking to build a show that actually connects with real people, this lecture is a goldmine. Bill Abbott's Penguin Live is easily one of the most versatile and entertaining lectures that we have ever released. And if you care about being funny and engaging and just straight up good, I can't recommend this lecture enough. Anyway, that's a look at one of our old lectures. Now let's take a look at something coming soon to Penguin Magic.
Hey, can you keep a secret? Because I sure can't. Welcome to the pre-show. In this segment, we'll be teasing unreleased effects and rolling that hype train right down its tracks. And this time around, we have a banger of a trick that is fun and lighthearted while being an incredible feat of skill that will melt minds and drop jaws. This trick is by our good friend Mario Lopez, and he is an incredible, insane, creative powerhouse, and this trick is no exception to that. So let's see what it looks like. I got a balloon here, all right? And imagine this balloon is like a cherry, right? And the nozzle, it's stem. So let's try a little bit of a impossible stunt. There we go, and now we have a fully tied balloon, and now the party can start. Woohoo! This fooled me badly when this came and showed up on my desk, and I immediately gravitated to it like static on a balloon. While it entirely looks like an impossible skill that would take years of practice, it's extremely easy to do, and it's a perfect addition to any balloon routine that you might already be doing. So keep your eye out for this one when it comes out, because you saw it here first. Now let's finish off the show from hearing from you. Yeah, you.
When you buy a trick from us here at Penguin Magic, we always like to ask you to leave a review so you can help other magicians find what's right for them. And as you can imagine, some of the reviews we get can be kind of out there.
Yeah, we had a review team search for the weirdest reviews of the week and find us one that was particularly memorable. And this is what they found. This is a review from Coaster Conjure 96. Okay.
Right, here's the review. The amazing Jonathan's nice through arm is what the trick is. Warning. Unless you want to be kicked out of Disney World, do not perform this trick while in line at the Twilight Zone's Tower of Terror at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
And don't ask me how I snuck the prop into the park, but for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to add the theatrics of the ride and spook out some of the other Disney fans waiting to get on. Fast forward to a swift takedown by security, and I am face down on the concrete trying to explain myself. While I've sustained some injuries to my body, fortunately, the knife through arm gimmick was built to last and was still functioning when I performed at Busch Gardens the following week, where no patrons or security seemed to notice.
Okay, bold ban. Do you think this will work at Six Flags?
No way, dude. I think if you're going to perform in an amusement park, you might want to leave the knife through arm at home, although that is a great trick. Bring a deck of cards or something, maybe?
Yeah, probably just bring a deck of cards, some coins, an invisible deck. You don't gotta freak people out.
Something a little bit more inconspicuous than the knife through arm.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But, Six Flags, whatever.
Well, I think that about does it for us this week. Thank you once again for tuning in to Talking Shop. I'm David.
I'm Chris.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Hey, I'll see you. All right, bye, guys.